Hello everyone, and welcome to Sock Puppet Reacts. I'm your host, the Sassy Sock Puppet, and today we are talking about bisexuality versus pansexuality and what the difference is. I felt like talking about this, so I looked up the first video on YouTube, and this is what came up, so let's get to it.
Hey there, Internet.
Hi.
My name's Luxander, and today we're going to be delving into the difference between bisexual and pansexual. I've noticed that there's a bit of confusion on this topic about why you would call yourself pansexual when bisexual is an available term, especially for those of you who've been following me from Jimmy's channel,
Oh,
Mr. Atheist.
Jesus.
Jimmy and I both identify as pansexual, so I kind of wanted to talk about what the reasons for that are and like how it's different from being bi. There's also a couple more obscure terms that I want to be covering in this video as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. But because there's so much nuance on this topic, this is a pretty high-level discussion. I might not have the most perfect explanations for things, and a lot of these labels are really personal to people, so they might mean something different to an individual.
They shouldn't. That's not how language works. Language has set definitions so we can communicate as a species. If everything means something different to everyone, then no one knows what the hell we're talking about. It's very important that we have set definitions.
I'm going to try to give like an overview of what they tend to mean. So bisexual is kind of the most common term that we have for people who are attracted to people of more than one gender.
No, it's the term we use for people who are attracted to both sexes. That's it. We're probably going to need it going forward, so I'm going to lay it out as simply as possible. There's woman, there's man, there's boy, there's girl, there's heterosexual, there's homosexual, there's bisexual. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. For the love of God, keep your genders to yourself. Please.
Kind of a misconception, though, that bi means men and women. That's not
No, that's what it means.
what most people nowadays mean when they say that they're bisexual. There may be some people who identify as bi who exclusively mean I am attracted to both men and women and
What it means.
one outside of that, but I think that that's kind of not common anymore. The way that I've heard it explained
Yeah,
is that
true.
bi, in this case, when you're using the bi it means two thing, means I'm attracted to the same gender as me and other genders. The term bisexual is not meant to be exclusionary towards trans people or non-binary folks.
It can be. If you want to be exclusionary to anyone in your dating pool, you can be, and you don't need to give a definition as to why. You don't have to date everyone. You don't have to include everyone in your dating pool. The whole point of dating is to be exclusive. That's the point. Jesus Christ.
Again, there might
Never mind.
be people who do mean it that way, but overall, bisexuality as a concept is not transphobic. And since bisexual is the term that has existed more historically,
I mean, everything's transphobic, so call it what you want.
like people grew up with the term bisexual and it's the more common word in the lexicon, it's also kind of become an umbrella term for all of these different ways that you can be attracted to more than one gender. Now that I've mentioned that it's kind of an umbrella term, I want to bring up this meme, which is Hannibal Buress on the Eric Andre show, which has been memed into probably one of the most lovely memes on this topic that I've ever seen. I smiled real big when I saw it. For those of you who are just listening, it's two screenshots. In the top screenshot, there is all four of the flags for bisexual, omnisexual,
Hideous.
pansexual, and polysexual.
Flags.
And in the bottom image, there's some text overlay that says, these broadly overlap, but the distinction matters to some people, and that's okay. I also bring
No, it's not. I mean, never mind.
this up because it's going to be relevant in a moment as I delve into the omnisexual and polysexual labels, but first, let's talk about pansexual. When I was young, I first
Okay.
started identifying as pansexual because I mistakenly believed that bi was exclusionary to trans people, but as
It can be, and that's fine.
we just discussed, that is not a correct interpretation, so this is what pansexual actually means. Pan refers to being attracted to people of any gender, sort of regardless of their gender.
Okay, you can be bisexual and be attracted to the person that you're attracted to. It's not all about the genitals. Okay, that's, the definition, because it means you date both men and women. Sex is in the name of bisexuality. It is important. It's a part of it. But I would hope you're still attracted to the person you're dating to some degree.
A lot of the time you'll see memes that say hearts not parts because it's more about the person that you're attracted to rather than it being about their gender. Essentially, it means that gender doesn't play a significant role in your attraction to people. You're attracted to the person and
Okay, someone once told me that pansexual just means you fuck everything. That's not my words, that's a quote, so I'm just going to go with that because it's a whole lot simpler and makes more sense. And I can have a broad definition of anything I want, so that's what I'm going with.
Their gender might be like part of them as a human being, but it's not the thing you're focused in on. And some people, when they say they're bisexual, mean something closer to what the definition of pansexual is. But again, this term has historical meaning, bisexual. There is a existing bisexual community throughout like the 70s and 80s.
And it's a very important community. We need to listen to this community and learn from it. They're being forgotten, what their achievements, what they've done. It's all being taken advantage of, and it's disgusting. So learn from your elders, kids.
And so people grew up with that. It's a politically significant term for a lot of them.
I mean, everything's political, but bisexual it means you screw both people, or you date both people, whatever. It doesn't have to be political.
Ultimately, it's okay for people to identify with whatever label they feel is best for them. It doesn't matter exactly what the specific words mean because...
Yes, it does. Jesus. Okay. How language works is you have a word, and it has a definition, and it means something. And it means that to everyone. That is how people learn the word. So, woman, I'm going there, means adult, human, female. And that means, that definition, people know what that means. People know what that means. You came out of a woman. If you're watching this and you're not a sock puppet, you probably came out of a woman. So, just sit on that for a little while. Forgot what I was talking about, so let's keep going.
A lot of this has broad overlap, but again, those distinctions matter to people, and that's what's important. I will say for me personally, despite...
Alright, language. Set definition so we can communicate. It's important.
That I've identified as pan since like 10 years ago. The whole hearts not parts thing always kind of felt weird to me because to me, the person's gender is a motivating factor in my attraction to them.
I'm assuming he means sex and meaning that it's a man or a woman or their genitals or whatever. And that's kind of important when you're dating someone. It means you're attracted to one of the other sexes. I don't know what else to say. Let's keep going.
It just so happens that it doesn't matter what their gender is. I'm attracted to people of any gender. But like, yes, parts, please, parts. Which I think is a good segue into one of the other terms that we're going to be discussing today. I think that I may have actually found a more accurate identity label today. As with everything, this is still a learning and...
I don't know how many genders there are right now, but people are changing their genders every day, or their sexualities every day, and it's really fucking confusing. Everyone's got a journey to figure out what they are, and some people have a simpler journey than others. And it's okay if your journey is long and hard and messed up, but you're going to heterosexual, bisexual, or homosexual. That's it, okay? If you're more attracted to people's minds, that's fine. If you're more attracted to their body parts, that's everyone is, okay? That's not special. I think the point that we've gotten to that point where we have to make the distinction that we are attracted to someone's mind and not just having sex with them is really sad. I think that should be a pretty major factor in dating, but that's just my opinion.
Even for me, after like 10 years of identifying as pansexual, I may have found a more specific label that more accurately represents how I actually feel. This term is omnisexual, which is actually, it's got a lot of overlap with pansexual, but some of the things that I was reading indicated that distinction that I have of like, oh no, your gender is part of why I'm attracted to you. I enjoy the parts associated with you. So omnisexual seems to basically mean that you're attracted to people of any gender, but their gender is a factor in how and why you're attracted.
It's a factor for everyone. If you say it's not, you're kidding yourself.
It just so happens that you can be attracted to anyone of any gender, but it's not irrelevant or it's not regardless of their gender in the way that pansexual is. But again, these two labels are really close to each other. So yeah, I think that I'm omnisexual, but I'm probably still going to use the label pansexual because as with... So
what does any of that mean? You've made the distinction, but you're saying I'm still both of these things. So why bother?
People who identify identify with bisexual, pan is becoming a more understood term and...
No. What the hell is this? Pansexual is not becoming a more understood term. It is replacing bisexual. People are being told you are not bisexual or you are pansexual. People are being told you are pansexual, not bisexual. People are being told who they have to date, who they have to include in their dating pool, and that is wrong. wrong. Okay? Whoever someone dates is up to them. Why we have to have all these 5 million definitions and make it so goddamn complicated, I don't understand.
It's more useful when I'm communicating. And the fact that communication is a two-way street is why I have
Yep.
not gone back to identifying as bisexual. I did when I was younger, because to me it seems like when you are
Oh, yeah, I forgot to add that. Bisexuality is also just called transphobic now, and that you must call yourself pansexual. So there's not even really a choice. I mean, there is, but get ready for the hate if you say you're bisexual. I don't know what this person has been through when they were talking about being bisexual, but I mean, being on the internet and putting yourself out there and talking about your sexuality, you're gonna get a lot of opinions. So, you know, I hope he's okay.
with someone, if there's someone outside of the community, if you say bi, what people are mostly going to hear is, I'm attracted to men and women, and
As
I
they
don't want
should.
to give that impression. So I've stuck with pansexual.
Never mind.
Because it just seems like it's a way of communicating that I am attracted to anyone of any gender, and that it's not creating this false idea of a binary within people's minds.
A binary is not a false idea. There are two sexes. It's simple. Simple. So if you say you're bisexual, people know what you mean. If you say you're homosexual, people know what you mean. If you say you're heterosexual, people know what you mean. If you say you're omnisexual or pansexual, people are probably gonna go, what the fuck does that mean? Because no one knows, except kids, because this is their life. Which is sad. So yes, it's a binary. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine to be exclusive. That's the whole point of dating. Probably said that already, but I feel it needs saying again because no one else can tell you who to date. I mean, except your parents, unless you're like 16 and watching this. But as an adult, no one can tell you who you date. Just stop with the labels, please. Jesus Christ.
And the last term that I want to discuss is polysexual. This is not the same as polyamorous.
Which is a goddamn nightmare. Don't raise kids in a polyamorous relationship.
Polyamorous is when you have a relationship style that includes having multiple relationships at varying degrees of intimacy with more than one person, but that's not an orientation label that we're talking about right now. Polysexual just means that you're attracted to two or more genders, but this might not mean the same thing that it means to the other identity labels. Like a polysexual person might...
Again, this is so goddamn confusing. Just stick with the original labels. It's okay. You can say... Never mind. Just stick with the original labels, okay? So we know what you're talking about. So we know. Please.
Be attracted to women and non-binary people. So they're attracted to two or more genders, but it's not like...
And we'll talk about non-binary another time because that's going to make this video long.
Regardless of gender, and it's not men
Excuse me.
and women. So as you can see, a lot of these labels have some kind of overlapping meanings, but there are a lot of very high-level nuanced distinctions between them. And I hope that me talking through the different reasons that I identify with certain labels and not other ones can make you kind of understand why people may choose to get a little bit more specific with their identity labels rather than...
Because it's an obsession. That's why. Sexuality is simple. Stop making it complicated. Just chill the fuck out, okay? And get a life, get a hobby, just get out, touch grass, or whatever the hell they say. Just do that.
Just going for the more broad, general umbrella label of bisexual. So just to recap...
Bisexual is not an umbrella label. We just fucking talked about this earlier. God damn it. Okay. Bisexual, two sexes. Rewind the video. I already talked about this. It's not an umbrella term. Stop.
You're attracted to the same gender as you and other genders.
No, it means you're attracted to your sex and the opposite sex. That's it.
Pansexual means that you're attracted to people regardless of their gender. Omnisexual
So you fuck everyone.
means that you're attracted to people of any gender, but that their gender is a factor for you. And
So you're a person dating someone else.
polysexual means you're attracted to 2 or more genders, and it's not exactly the same definition as the other terms that we've discussed.
So it's meaningless. I mean, that he just said word salad. That was nothing. It meant nothing.
I hope that's clarified things for you somewhat. If you have any
No,
additional questions,
it really
leave
didn't.
them for me in the comments, or if you have any corrections that you want to let me know about, you can also feel free to let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you watching. Again, I hope that this helped somewhat. If you liked
No.
this video, please give me pretty analytics to look at and comments to read. Find me on
Okay, that was a trip. I definitely did not take enough drugs for this. Yeah, in conclusion, 2 sexes, 3 sexualities, keep it simple, so we know what you're talking about, okay? 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 Bye.